Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Mark Causey here from Black Cat Comics in Rockin' Milpitas. Every Wednesday is New Comic Day, and I like to give you some great reasons to get down to your local comic shop and pick up something fun to read. It's a big week packed with exciting books, a lot of things I know you've been waiting for, like this guy. This is Batman number 51, one of the biggest books DC has these days. Scott Snyder, Capullo, super awesome. Be wrapping up all this new 52 stuff. If that Batman book is not the one you're waiting for, perhaps this one is. This is Dark Knight 3 Master Race number 4 by the legendary Frank Miller. Everybody's been picking up all this Master Race stuff. Great to see Miller back on Batman. Speaking of Batman, here's Grayson, the original sidekick, done up in the John Romita Jr. covers. Got lots of them this week, like, well, speaking of other sidekicks, that's Batgirl. Now we're on to the John Romita covers like We Are Robin or Harley Quinn. Another one of the biggest books DC has these days. Speaking of biggest books DC has, how about Justice League number 49? Perennially late, but always worth it. This is your Dark Side War book of the month. Still got a couple issues to go on this, but this thing's been huge. Pretty much all of DC's biggest books are out this week. Batman, Justice League, Master Race, Harley Quinn. So if you're a DC fan, I hope you're in line for your comic shop right now. Sinestro with the cool John Romita cover. Yeah, I'm a big JR Jr. fan. Teen Titans. Deathstroke. Cyborg. All that rounds out your JR Jr. covers. Great stuff. Suicide Squad, Most Wanted, Katana and Deadshot. For all you Suicide Squad fans, and if you're not one, you're going to be once the movie comes out. And Secret Six rounds out your DC stuff for this week. Huge week for those guys. Massive week for the Marvel guys too, mostly because they've got a million titles out these days. But Star Wars, the biggest thing in the galaxy right now, one of the biggest things in comics. This is the main title, number 18. They also have an ongoing of Darth Vader and then a plethora of minis. Obi-Wan and Anakin is the mini running right now. Star Wars is always great stuff. Avengers Standoff, Omega number 1. This wraps up your Standoff stuff. This is your Jim Steranko cover. If you don't know who Jim Steranko is, you got to get online and figure it out, because you need to own anything he's ever done, especially if it's got Captain America. International Iron Man continues Brian Michael Bendis's, I don't want to say reboot, his take on Tony Stark and all that good stuff. That's your Avengers stuff of the week. Daredevil with Elektra on the cover. You can read more about this one in our newsletter this week. Marvel's new most popular TV show. Great stuff there. One of the best books Marvel's done for a long time. Big week for Doctor Strange. You've probably seen the trailer for the movie. Everybody's excited about that. That's the latest issue of the regular book. This is the first issue of Last Days of Magic. Doctor Strange deserves 2 titles because he's really awesome. Be on the lookout for the omnibus hardcover that has all of the original Doctor Strange appearances. Big week for Spidey too. That's Amazing Spider-Man. Been loving those Alex Ross covers. Spidey is your flashback Spider-Man title. There he is taking on the classic Green Goblin. Been really liking this book. I like seeing Spidey taken back to the old school days and fighting the more classic villains like Doctor Doom and Green Goblin. Takes me back to the old Marvel Tales days. Spider-Woman with your J. Scott Campbell cover. Might have mentioned last week that I really like the covers that he does. Carnage and Venom rounds out your Spiders stuff for the week. Got our construction going on. You can hear it happening right now. Super awesome, huh? Old Man Logan and All New Wolverine are your X books of the week. Been really digging this All New Wolverine book. So if you haven't been checking that out, pick up the first issue. So that's lots of fun. Speaking of the women of Marvel, how about Miss Marvel or Angela Queen of Hell or Patsy Walker, who you can see in the Jessica Jones show. Been really liking that book too. Moon Girl rounds out your Women of the Marvel Universe stuff. Squadron Supreme is your Inhumans book. Drax, and Star-Lord are your Guardians of the Galaxy books for the week. Star-Lord's been picking up a lot of steam, so if you haven't been following that one, you might want to grab the first issue of that and see what all the hubbub's about. And the Ultimates, with the cool Galactus cover, rounds out your giant stack of Marvel books for the week. And it's a good week for all the other guys too. Hellboy in the BPRD 1953. Love getting a Hellboy proper book to talk up my main man Mike Mignola. You know I love Hellboy and Abe and BPRD, Lobster Johnson, Baltimore. Always great stuff. Aliens Defiance. I know you like the Alien stuff, the Predator stuff. Dark Horse has always done a great job with their science fiction property license stuff. There's also a ginormous trade paperback for all the Aliens Batman stuff this week. So you definitely want to be checking that out. And Conan the Avenger, my other Dark Horse book of the week. So I'm always talking up what a great job they do with their Conan stuff. Awesome week for the Image guys too. Saga. If there's a book as big as Walking Dead, then Saga is that book. You've all been waiting for that one because it doesn't come out very often. But when it does, boy howdy. Sex and Sex Criminals. Polybagged for your protection. And Velvet by my man Ed Brubaker. Love the crime noir stuff that Brubaker does. Been a huge fan of his for a long time. So again, if you don't know what's up with Velvet, grab the $1 reprint of the first issue and check that out. IDW is monopolizing all my indie guy time because they have so many great books this week. This is Micronauts #1. If you're 100 years old like me, you loved the Micronauts when you were a kid. Interchangeable parts, make up your own figures, build your own ships. It was like Lego for action figures. Nothing more fun than Micronauts, and now they're back in comics for the first time since like the 80s. X-Files Season 11 #1, your first issue of the new season of X-Files. You can pick up a trade paperback for all of Season 10 and then jump into this week's first issue of Season 11. You all know I'm a big X-Files fan. Street Fighter versus G.I. Joe, because that's super awesome. And the TMNT, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, round out my IDW stuff. Great week for those guys. And just a couple of kids' books to talk about. Never miss a chance to pitch something Disney. This is Darkwing Duck. If Donald Duck were Batman, well, there you go. And Strawberry Shortcake, because the only thing more fun than My Little Pony is Strawberry Shortcake. Super awesome to see her back in comics, again, for the first time since the 80s. Lots and lots of great stuff. Huge week, so make sure you check the shipping list, get down to your shop, pick up lots of awesome books this week. Free Comic Book Day is a week from Saturday. Got to talk up Free Comic Day. Want to encourage all you guys to get down here to Rockin' Milpitas. We're giving out big stacks of stuff. Get around to every shop you can. Tell all your friends, your family, your enemies, your coworkers, everybody you know to get out there and take Free Comic Book Day by storm. Go to the Free Comic Book Day page on Facebook. Go to freecomicbookday.com. Go to our page on the events page at blackcatcomics.biz. It's Free Comic Book Day, first Saturday in May, May 7th. Make sure you're there. That's all we got for you for this week. You can check us out at Facebook, check us out at blackcatcomics.biz, check out our cool YouTube channel, or just get on down here to Rockin' Milpitas. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.